Think that's it. I think we in there, brother. We live, man. FTR
Yeah,
11.
bro.
Yes, sir. Number 11, here we go. We got the Elimination Chamber on deck with a little bit of other things going on in the wrestling world. Kind of like, the situation in AEW with Tony Khan having more surprises and Cody's departure, and we'll get into all that stuff later. But how you doing today, bro? How was your week?
Good, brother. I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Living the dream. I can't wait till Friday. So can't wait till
Can't wait
Friday.
for Friday.
Yeah. A special,
What's happening Friday?
special thing is coming out. So I'm waiting for a game to come out on Friday, and I'm gonna be streaming that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for hit
Does it
work
happen
on.
to be Dark Souls 2, 3, or 4?
You
Or
know
is
what?
it?
It's Dark Souls related, but I don't need this for you right
Or was
now.
it
Okay.
Endred? Something with an E, isn't it?
Yes.
Elder Rings. No?
Yeah, Elden Ring. Yeah, you got it, my
Elden
boy.
Ring.
Naya, what is going on with you? How was your weekend? Good evening. Nadia did not watch The Chamber, and I don't blame her for location purposes. Um, but without any further ado, brother, I mean, we got some Funko stuff today for y'all. We got a few things. So
Switching it up a bit.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
related, though, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. It's related, so we definitely gonna have to get into that. All right, so we're not gonna hit everything on the pay per view. I will say the pre-show with Miz and Mysterio. I don't know if you got the chance to see it, brother. I did not, but I heard a
Yeah,
lot of good
but
things
you
about
watched the whole match. Just a bit of it.
it. Okay, what'd you think of what you
The,
saw?
I think about halfway through to the end. Um, yeah, basically cutting it to the point. Dominique sucker punched the Miz and causing Rey Mysterio to get the win off the sucker punch on the outside. So it's I was mentioning to you earlier, channeling some of the lying, cheating, and stealing from his great uncle Eddie. So
Yeah,
I don't know if that's perfectly done or not. We have to wait and see. But yeah, it was a decent match. Yeah, I enjoyed it. He was up to his usual antics and that sort of thing.
definitely. I'm with you on the Eddie thing. If we get any sort of hint of that, and I want to see Ray reject it, and then them kind of starting thinking like, oh, well, do you got a problem with Eddie or just something like that, and then like maybe them going accustomed to it. Maybe they fall apart for 2 months or so. They come back together and win the titles again or something. Because I feel like they got a lot more to do as a team before they break up and Dominic kind of has his own solo career, even if Ray just manages him. You know.
I think they must do like another bolt run tag team, and then that lead into the breakup,
Yeah.
right? But not like a typical breakup, but like Dominic wanting to do the things his own way,
Yeah.
which has a little bit of hint of Latino heat from Uncle Lady. And at first, Rey Mysterio doesn't like it because he's his father, Eddie's not his father, and possibly see a little bit of heel stuff from Rey Mysterio. I don't know. And then eventually move on and a nice WrestleMania moment. They have a father son match, and Rey Mysterio finally says something to the lines of, um, "It's good to hold, or it's good to hold Eddie's name in such high regard, and he would be happy with you right now, all touchy feely
Yeah.
moment."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see. Something a little bit different.
Agreed, bro. I think they maybe carry this out for another year, make a WrestleMania moment out of it, whether it's them coming together and winning the titles or Ray turn a heel. Or not Ray, but Dominic turn a heel. Either way, I would like to see that. Like you said, it's WrestleMania, so I'd rather see the whole like heartwarming moment and Ray kind of mentioning that he sees a little Eddie in him and that he'd be proud. I would like to see that more, but I like we both agree. I think we want to see more between them, and I think they need to just make actual time for them instead of putting some like no offense to Madcap Moss and Drew
Oh,
McIntyre, who was actually on this pay per view, but I couldn't care less about either one of them
that
about
could,
what they're doing right now, especially Madcap Moss. I'm not even
you know,
invested in him. So
for all I care, that could have been the pre-show match
right,
because Rey Mysterio and Miz deserved more.
yeah,
They
they
put
could
on
have
so
been the
much more
opener. I
than
don't know why they weren't the opener. That's a good opening match.
I swear to God. Like I'm getting really annoyed with McIntyre coming down with the sword. It's getting old. It's really stupid. Like it's dumb. Make it
I'm in
wrestling.
full agreement with you. I'm not a big fan of Drew McIntyre since he's debuted on the main roster. That's just me. And even then, like I haven't always been the biggest Drew McIntyre fan, but he's like he can work. You know what I mean? He got it, but it's just I don't know. I think the sword is one of the things that kill me with bro. Like I just the sword thing
What?
definitely kind of
Do you remember just before he came back to NXT, he was what was his name? Drew Galloway,
yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
right?
It
And
was.
that whole Drew Galloway coming, that was a good Drew. I like that. That was good. Not my favorite Drew, but that was my favorite, one of my favorite Drews. And then he came back to NXT, and I believe he was still Drew Galloway, if I'm not mistaken, in NXT.
No, I think was he?
Did Benjamin? I'm not sure. I should look that up actually.
Let me
Um,
see. I'll check it. I'll peep it out.
they still they still kind of kept that whole gimmicky thing that he had from the Indies a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and everyone was digging it. It was awesome, and he moved up to the main roster, and then I still remember Drew McIntyre coming back. I think I'm not 100%. Dude, man, the sword thing's killing me, bro. I just wish they'll bring the Scottish psychopath back, man.
I think it
I
was
really,
McIntyre.
did he come back as Drew McIntyre?
I believe so. Cause I type in Drew. Well, let me see. Let me see. I typed in Drew McIntyre NXT debut, and it pulled that up. Let me. I'll put on Galloway really quick. Yeah. See, it's McIntyre. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I prefer the Scottish psychopath, man. If they can do that with keep him as that badass, but just throw him as like one of those anti-hero good guys,
Right.
I think would more.
Agreed. Agreed. Anyways, yeah. So we go on for days about that. We really can, cause you know how we get to bitching. You know how we get to bitching.
Listen, we can go on for days with any subject. We're so diverse.
Agreed. Agreed. It'll just be a tennis ball going back and forth. Um, uh, Nadia, we will get to that women's elimination chamber match. So stick with us, being that that's the only one you watch. So just bear with us. But we're gonna start off with the actual starting match to the show: Reigns versus Goldberg. Brother, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go first and just do your thing. Let me know what's on your mind about the whole thing, because we haven't talked in a couple weeks about it. So
Listen, dude, man. Besides this whole match being wrong and Goldberg, I'm glad he's a free agent now after Saudi Arabia. I read he's a free agent. He's not under WWE contract anymore, which is good. Not because I don't like the guy, because I'm just tired of seeing him. Like he's typically one of the guys that's past his time. It's okay to see him every now and then, but if it gets to the point where it's Saudi, Goldberg's coming, you know what I mean? If it gets to that point, then it's dumb. You
yeah,
know, a random pay per view here or there will be awesome. That'll make it more meaningful, right? That's just my opinion on it. Um, he did, on the other hand, to say more positive, to say something a little bit more positive, I thought he did a good job putting Roman over in this
yeah,
match. I think he did a very, very good job. Roman looked like a king. I think. I don't know if it's all Goldberg that helped it, but Roman looked like a king. It was awesome. Um, not because he beat Goldberg, but because well, how the match was played out. I believe that Roman can actually win at WrestleMania. Well, I'm starting to believe. If you understand what I mean, you know, it seems more viable now, and it's not because he beat Goldberg, but it's just that's kind of in the way that he beat
The
Goldberg.
how, yeah, the how he beat him. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just make Goldberg pass out. It's not that. It's about the fact that it's kind of a mix of background politics and the gimmick. You know, what the fans see. It's like, if you think about it, Goldberg has just allowed someone to make him pass out. He's allowed it. Do you know what I mean?
Agreed, yeah.
You know, I feel something like that. Like, I don't, maybe because me and you are like we're so hectic into being a fan of wrestling, we appreciate more things like that. But yeah, dude, I'm glad Roman won. Obviously, didn't think Goldberg would win.
Yeah, no.
Because they were pushing for the WrestleMania match. But I think they done it decently, to be honest. I'm not angry at anything at the match. It was short. But I think they kept it short because I don't think they wanted Goldberg to go too long in case something else happens, like the last bad match he had in Saudi.
I mean, I feel the same way about the why the match is happening as I did with Seth Rollins. It's just like, why? Like, this is the sad part, Vince. Like, you let go of people and you don't make stars, so then you have to bring back Goldberg 3 times a year, and it dilutes the crap out of him. Like, I only want to see Goldberg at WrestleMania with somebody that could actually have a feud or match with him, and they probably win. Other than that, like, and even then, like, he should probably take 2 years away, at least a year and a half, and just not answer that call, because you want to be able to go out in an actual retirement match or program. And right now, I don't think anybody would care that much. You know what I mean? Like, we would care because it's Goldberg, but not as much as we would if they wouldn't be. And I don't care if he loses to Roman. He should lose to Roman. It's just how much they've been making him kind of just diluting him. Like, win or loss is just. It's not like.
And that's the problem. That's why I mentioned that having with Saudi, Goldberg's going to be there. Who's he going to fight? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I agree with you when you say they're diluting his thing. What I would like to see from Goldberg, though, just to, if I can fit it in quickly, is I want to see him teach someone to be a badass that he was.
Exactly. Mentor. I
want it on screen, right?
Do you have, okay, so TNA.
I don't know if you feel the same way, but Braun Breaker.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason for that, I know he's got his dad and his uncle or whatever can actually help him with that. But he's obviously using the jackhammer, first off. Not the jackhammer. Yeah, the jackhammer.
Yeah.
The military press into a... Yeah, it's the jackhammer, isn't it?
No. Military press into a body slam?
Isn't that the jackhammer?
No, jackhammer is
He uses Goldberg's shoulder slam.
It's just a body press slam. That's what he probably has, yeah.
That was one of Goldberg's signatures back when, before the spear became super, super famous.
Dang. Nadia said Goldberg needs to leave for good. Not even at WrestleMania. Hot take.
Now, look, to be honest, I would like to see him, like, kind of teach Braun to be more of a badass. I'm not saying Braun's not a badass, but he's a badass in a different way. Like, have Braun come up to the main roster, and Goldberg will past him and say, "Let me teach you something, kid." You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a good way for Goldberg.
Are you familiar with TNA wrestling 2006, 7-ish? Reason why
in storylines, then I can.
Okay, well the reason why I say that is because around that time, I don't know if you know who Petey Williams is, but he was being mentored by Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, and he was turning him into, instead of just an X Division like Lucha Libre, like he was putting on muscle, and he was showing on the ropes and how to be an effective heel, but also put in that work, you know. So I see a Braun thing.
That's Canadian Destroyer guy, right?
What was that? Yeah. Canadian Destroyer. Yes, sir. Yep. So I see something like that if Goldberg could come in. But my thing with the finishes, I just feel like it was how it happened. It was flat. I don't care about. I don't necessarily agree with the choke as much as I like the spear. The spear is a bang.
The reason I think the reason they went so long because at the same time they didn't want to hurt Goldberg. Can you imagine if the guillotine made him tap quick? You know what I mean?
It just felt flat. I didn't disagree with it. It just felt flat.
Looks like a good move, but I think unfortunately on a bigger guy, it doesn't look too good.
Yeah, it just it didn't do it for me.
He's a set guy compared to say Edge.
You know what I would have liked to see, bro? If they would have speared, if he would have speared him, gave him a couple Superman punch, speared him two times, and then locked him in it just out of it being unnecessary. Like the announcers and the ref have to sell it being unnecessary, and Goldberg has to be out of it some for him to then lock it in, and like Goldberg doesn't tap, but he's out. They ring the bell. Roman wins. He don't let go. He just keep wrenching it. Like, to me, that's even better than kind of just like middle out of nowhere. Just
I think maybe they wanted to make it seem like it was out of nowhere. You know what I mean? I think they wanted that.
This is flat, brother. God dang,
it's hard to tell what they actually want.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what they want. It just felt flat as hell. I don't even disagree with the choke. It just felt like as I'm watching in my living room, I'm just like, okay, it doesn't make me feel any because I know Goldberg is gonna lose, so I'm not invested in who wins or loses. I'm more so trying to see the finish at this point.
And you invested in the finish.
In the finish just felt flat for me. I'm not even saying he needs to win with a spear. It just felt flat. That's all. I think Goldberg came in, did what he was supposed to do. He did it the right way. I'm sure there wasn't no back and forth with him in the back on, you need to put Roman over it and make it look good. I think he did everything he should. Roman did what he should. They executed the plan, but as per usual, the people booking the plan are the people we always are complaining about. I have no problems with nobody in this picture, even the ref. Or us. It's always fucking Vince back there with that little doodle pad, changing shit 2 minutes before the show, firing Shane. We ain't even mentioned that. Doodle pad, brother. Doodle pad, brother. So Nadia says, I was very happy that Reigns versus old Goldberg was the first match. It felt like a bad match, like from the live reaction. She gives it a 0.5 out of 5 stars, I believe. We don't need Goldberg at WrestleMania. Yeah, it was flatter than flat tires. So there you go.
Before we move on to the next thing, I can just quickly mention
this
is the second pay-per-view in a row that my tribal chief is opening up and representing the pay-per-view. I'm just saying that, okay?
Now you're claiming him.
Just saying, just put your fingers
up, guys. I swear on my life, Brock better smack that man at WrestleMania. Brock better smack this man at WrestleMania. Another person that needs... Go ahead.
My tribal chief is humble enough to open up, but Brock isn't. So it's clear they're going to be in the main event because Brock wants to be there.
You know what? I'm gonna go, because we ain't gonna do this with each other. I ain't gonna come at my brother. I'm gonna shake my head in sympathy for you. That's all I can do. Becky versus Lita. This is not how the match ended, but this is definitely a scene from that match.
This quite possibly is or was my favorite match. Right?
Nice. Okay.
Listen, that old lady still got it, man.
Old lady. She ain't no old lady. She can still work it.
Listen, I know she can work, but I bet you none of us thought she can work as well as she was working, man. Let's be honest. I had my doubts, right? I thought it was going to be some sort of weird Becky carrying Lita and that sort of thing, right? And I got no hate on Lita, right? But during the match, I was busy sitting there and I was thinking, is Becky going to retain? That's by the beginning of the match, I was like,
Right.
Towards the last third of the match, I was like, dude, are they going to make Becky drop the belt to lead? And that's what I want to see in wrestling. That's why it's quite possibly my favorite match of the night, because that's what I want to see. I want them to make me believe in other things and not see the broad daylight winner. You know what I mean?
And I wish she would have.
I want to doubt myself when I watch wrestling.
Yeah.
That's how I want to be entertained.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think both ladies performed very well in this match, and I appreciate it. Honestly, I did.
I got no problems with the match. I don't got a problem with them bringing Lita back. I wish she would have won. So then, because, excuse me, out of everything that's going on since the day one pay per view, if they did that and they still kept it Bianca versus Becky versus now Lita and a triple threat, I know a lot of people, and even the wrestlers aren't a fan of triple threats. I actually am. I like triple threats. I don't like fatal four ways.
Listen, at that point, like if they said, if Lita came out on Monday Night Raw and said, listen, I was so close, I want another try, and they make it a triple threat, I'm not gonna argue at all.
Yeah. I just think it would be a cool surprise, because we know we got Ronda versus Charlotte. Cool. Not even gonna mad at it, but I don't want Ronda to win, and I know she is, so it's whatever. I would really, like you was just saying, it's the suspending the belief of like what's gonna happen, like who's gonna win, you know, like I don't know, I don't even know, you know, like whereas I was so sure, and I was for a reason, and I knew who was gonna win, and everybody I predicted to win won, because like that's kind of like how it's been lately, you know. So that to me would be a really cool moment, a cool wrestling match. It would give Lita an actual women's WrestleMania moment. I think it would be really cool, and you could have Bianca still win and pin Becky. You know what I mean? Like you could still do that. So who knows though? We got what we got now.
That would be a thing, right? And I think it's too soon for her to be a champion. Like I know she was a champion already, but I mean, I don't know.
They shouldn't have took it from her. They shouldn't have took it from her. I don't feel like.
I think I want to see her more dominant first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think she need to get a ruthless streak on the mic, or get a manager that can talk, or she needs to find that ruthlessness.
I want to believe that she can be someone else besides herself. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, the EST thing is like, to me, it's like your brand, whereas like Stone Cold Steve Austin, that's the name of his brand, but the flavor of his style is something completely different than Stone Cold. Like it's that plus some, if you want to get real gritty with it. So I think she needs to be like, yeah, she the EST, but why are you the EST? And it can't just be because you can do all these athletic things better. You know, like you got to give me some oomph, you know, reason.
I know I might get a lot of heat for this, and I don't mind, because I bring the heat almost 99.9% of my YouTube career, brother. But the thing is, I think she needs to get rid of that stupid hair. Right? That's a gimmick that she doesn't need, in my opinion.
I think it's a heelish thing.
Unless she's gonna tie some daggers at the end of that hair, I don't give a shit, to be honest, man.
The problem is she did that whenever she was a heel and stuff in NXT, and they slowly did that transition over to her to being a face, and it fully came through, you know, like after her start or whatever. And I don't know. I'm not gonna disagree with that, but it's just like, I think the hair thing, though, it could be up for debate. You know.
I think
That's the
I
least
think
of her
it's
problems.
ridiculous. You know, can you imagine? It will obviously happen. I mean, I don't know if she used it in NXT, but can you imagine having your opponent choke out to strangling her with your hair?
Heel move,
You know,
man.
like,
That's the best they got these days. That's the best they got these days, man.
they play it on themselves. But anyway, I've got no heat on her. She's talented. She's strong as uh,
A brick house.
she's strong. She's strong as hell, man.
Yeah.
She's super fit,
Yeah.
dude. But I think there can be more than just the EST. And as you actually put it 100% correct, EST is a brand, but it's not her. You put it 100% when you said that, brother.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like I feel like she's made no progress from last year to this year, other than losing the title, because I feel like she should have been going off a storm. She should have been running through almost everybody she can that wasn't Charlotte or Becky, you know what I mean, or somebody like that. Like, I really think like she's just like, you gotta, like, they gotta understand at some point, you gotta bring that every time you go out the camera. Like, whatever you do after, like your celebration and how happy you are, that's one thing. But while you're wrestling and when you come out and how you represent yourself, that's really what matters. Just think about it. Like, Brock Lesnar captivates people jumping into the ring, and he hasn't even done anything yet. You know what I mean? Like, he got over doing German suplexes, for crying out loud. Like, anybody else would get the "you can't wrestle" chance. These morons started counting
over and over.
Yeah, they started counting. So,
brother, I'd say in the next 6 weeks, because I think that's until the pay-per-view match, right?
Right.
6 weeks, we'll see how she's going to hang on the mic with Becky Lynch. We know Becky Lynch has got the mic as if she was born with it instead of a rattle. But, like, I want to see how she handles the next 6 weeks, because it's not a short gap between pay-per-views. So I'm really interested to see what the writers are going to do.
Same, bro. Very much same. Well, we gonna move on, because we just kind of covered two things at once. I'm proud of us. I didn't think we would do that. We kind of took care of that Becky match, even though we didn't harp too much on it. It was probably the best match of the night, especially given the two people in it. I mean, the spotlight was pretty much on Bianca in the women's chamber. I will leave the floor open in case Nadia has anything to say. But I feel like a lot of people was mad about Alexa not winning. I'm like, why? Like, she hasn't even been around. Like, I hate this is why Ronda was right in her assessment of fans don't know what they want, right? Mm-hmm. Because this is what doesn't make sense. Y'all say we don't want such and such winning because they just showed up, yet we're willing to make exceptions because we want to fangirl and fanboy over certain wrestlers. Like, no. Like, if AJ went over to AEW right now, unless it was extreme circumstances, he has no business winning the title. And he's my favorite out of everybody right now. So, like, like, I'm not going to make exceptions, and we're not going to pick and choose. Like, it's okay to do it here, but not over here. Like, Alexa just came back. She just came back. Let her get her feet wet, bro. What does she need the main event WrestleMania for the women? That doesn't make sense.
I feel they need to decide, like, the thing I had with the problem with the chamber is they need to stop having little mini stories like this Nikki Ash and...
Yeah. It'll make me forget my girl. Yeah. I hate that they even did that, man. The whole shit.
But to bring them into the chamber, which is a singles competitor, to have a grudge about a tag team, it's dumb, man.
I told you that. It's dumb as hell. It's dumb whenever they do in the Rumble. Right. It's dumb whenever they do in the chambers.
Like,
makes no sense.
Dewdrop had a good showing in the match.
Yeah. Right? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Even though I didn't expect Alexa Bliss to win, she had a good showing too, in the sense of she wasn't in the ring with half the women in that match. She hadn't wrestled Dewdrop yet. She did well against Dewdrop. It was a good showing. In the end, I'm glad that the young lady on the screen won, and yeah, excited that I'm excited to see what's going to happen over the next 6 weeks.
I think given who was in the match, I think Bianca should have won. Like, Bayley's not out. Like, even then, if Bayley came back, I don't understand. It's not the Rumble. We got to understand something. If Alexa won the Rumble, that makes its own story. If she just wins the Chamber just because, like, what do you do with that? Stop it, y'all. Just stop. It's just, listen, they already screwed up the whole men's side. Let's just say that. The whole men's side. Because they, who does this, bro? I just don't understand. We are in the same place we were when the day one pay-per-view was over. Except for now Bobby is injured. You see what I mean? Like, you did all that and now somebody's injured. Granted, he could have been injured anyway, but my thing is, do you see? You could have been having him do something completely different and maybe he wouldn't have got injured. But y'all do these dumb, idiotic, moronic things and we can't really quite understand why. And you fucking went in a dumbass loop. I just don't understand it because nobody got over, bro. You see what I mean? Like, it's going to be another year we're coming up and nobody's going to get over that's not already over. They're not going to push anybody else. The Rumble was for people to get over, to set up other programs, to tell a story that's already ongoing. Not for you to fucking hit the reboot button on what we was already doing because you screwed it up at the beginning and now you got me here rambling and shit. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, bro. Like, I'm like, my mind every week that we talk about this expands even more of combustion because I'm like, who's the champion? Roman and Brock. Who is the champion the week after day one? Roman and Brock. How many champions we done had since then? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? You know? Like, Brock loses the title, wins the Rumble, wins the Chamber. Come on, man.
Listen, to be honest, I think we obviously all knew that Brock was going to win it.
Right.
Somehow.
Speaking
we
of
all knew it. We did. We honestly did.
Yeah.
Did they need to do that? Clearly not. Clearly not. But there's a lot of things that I could appreciate in the Chamber. Right? A few things that I cannot appreciate. Right? And a few of the things is, why have all those top names in the match if the only one name is going to be, you know what I mean? They could have given TV time to anybody. But why give it to Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, who's going to get thrown around like ragdolls? And I don't have a problem because the person throwing them around like ragdolls could do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I appreciate about the match is obviously I'm sad that Bobby unfortunately hurt himself or went into concussion or hit his head. Obviously unforeseen. But I like the way Brock improvised in the match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most other stars would have frozen and stayed in the chamber until and let the other guys work. You saw the guys in the ring. They were confused that Bobby's thing still went off, right? Leading me to believe they obviously, this just cemented the fact that they control who comes out. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because they stood around there like Rollins. I don't know if you saw Rollins' face. He's like, he was shocked. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, guys, can't you do your job in the gorilla? You know? Brock obviously saw that instinctively of having a 20-year career, kicks his own soul down and comes out a lot earlier. Throws everyone around. I don't know if that was the original plan.
Right.
But I was impressed by that. I enjoyed that part. The fact that he almost killed Austin Aries, I loved. Austin Aries is starting to get
that was, and I like that. Like, I liked that part, but everything else is like, what?
They're taking too long with his character.
Yeah.
Right? To be honest, when he low-blowed Brock, I said, listen, guys, I hope you got your funeral planned. Your son's not coming home tonight. You know, that's how I felt. And that's, I suppose, the feeling they wanted me to have at the chamber or whatever. The one thing is, I thought he was going to jerk. Like, I didn't foresee him throwing him on the side of the chamber. I thought he was going to throw him in the ring because it's more cushioned from the height. So I don't know if that did kind of look like Brock changed his mind at last moment.
Right.
But I stood there, I was like, they killed Austin Aries. Screw his push. They just killed him. you know? And
Milky, what's up, Ryan? How you doing?
It was something like 4 or 5 minutes left after that happened, after he pinned Aries. And it's like, what are they going to do? Was something supposed to happen? Like 4 minutes of dead air and replays. You know? I don't know. But I honestly feel at this point, and you obviously agree, that they could have done a program with someone else with the WWE title and Brock and Roman,
because they want to put them together, and they should have fucking came out with the Universal title. Brother, I'm not gonna say nothing else because we do this every week and we go off on this tangent about fucking Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and I'm not doing it this week, bro. He's not getting my time. Not this fucking week. Nope.
Don't mention his name, otherwise I just won't be able to hold myself back.
We're gonna move on to another, I guess, more fan and wrestler friendly owner, Tony Khan. Love the picture I chose, by the way. He got the scoop on this. He tell us what's going on, brother.
I don't know. He said there's some big news that's going to change something this week. He said within this week. He didn't say a show. And he made it sound like there's a contract signing of some kind.
Really?
Because he said he's hoping the deal will be done by tonight. And this article came out on yesterday, I think. So has he signed someone? And I've seen a few rumors that I don't want his name to be dirtying AEW, but I don't know what you feel about this. Supposedly it's Shane McMahon. Out of all people, Shane McMahon.
What?
That's the rumored name. I can't think of anybody else that's jumping ship at the moment.
So do you think it's a name? Do you think it's a property of some sort? Do you think they are doing...
I don't know.
What do you think?
It's a deal, and I got the vibes that it's contracts. If it's a deal for something else, I don't know.
Okay.
But he said it's massive, so I'm excited to see what it is, but it's not going to... He never said, like, stay tuned for Dynamite for the news. He said, in this week. So I don't know. Is it a contract signing? Is it a new venture? I don't know. The few names that could be signed, he could be throwing us for a bluff, and it's not even someone being signed. I don't know. But Shane McMahon's gone from WWE. Don't know. Samoa Joe. Could be Samoa Joe. He was recently inducted to the Hall of Fame, wasn't he? The Ring of Honor.
Yes, yes, sir.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Fuck. I don't know. That's yeah. I didn't hear any of that stuff. So, but yeah, god dang. Cause people was joking about it as soon as Shane got fired, and we weren't here together to talk about Shane's firing, but I don't think it was a firing as much. It was like, Shane, go home. You're just gonna be used as a talent. And stuff like that. I don't know. Ryan says, so does Brock sell for Roman at Mania? I can't see Roman having to lose anytime soon. Probably not, brother, but I want to see Roman get his ass beat now, son. I want to see him get...
Listen. Just hold your finger up and acknowledge your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. That's all you need to do. You know?
Every week is one.
Accept him into your life.
If it ain't you, it's virus. If it ain't virus, it's somebody in the chat. If it ain't the chat,
listen. The fact that Ryan's saying he doesn't see Roman losing anytime soon is pretty
cool. Ryan been drinking a little bit too much tonight, brother. Okay, we can't listen to everything Ryan says. He's been drinking a little bit too much. Who knows?
Can I tell you something about Brock? And I've learned this on the Pat McAfee show. I don't know if you watched that.
Oh, yeah. I seen that interview.
Did you see the Brock
Yep.
If anybody hasn't watched it yet out there,
Yeah, the breaking of the desk and all that.
try to Matt, whatever the fuck his name is, his show on YouTube or his channel, whatever, is brilliant. Goldberg's one of the recent interviews. Man, so entertaining.
Man.
Right? And he basically bluntly put in there, he will keep doing what he's doing as long as the money comes in.
Man.
Right? They asked him about his Mount Rushmore. He said, I don't give a shit about that. If they pay me the money, he's going to do it.
Man, that's all it's about, bro.
They pay money to lose to Roman Reigns.
He don't care. He really don't. He'll make it look good.
Putting someone over if the money's right.
And if they worth it, hell yeah, he will. Hell yeah.
Now, moving on. Sorry, to stick back onto the Tony Khan news quickly. What Ryan says about what he possibly thinks it is, and I think is a brilliant idea, is opening up a UK tour for AEW.
Oh.
Marvelous.
Is everything opening up over there for travel and everything like that, and restrictions and all that for the?
Pretty much. Ireland's pretty much. I don't know what the UK is like, but Ireland's pretty much open for everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe a partnership with some UK company that I don't know. That would be good. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
That would be nice. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Yeah, hopefully, man, that would be nice for y'all, especially. I know y'all been dying to get AEW over there, so maybe even WWE again. But we're not going too far away from AEW. Cody, and you can see behind him his farewell letter to AEW. Kind of just mentions all the spots. And
you sent this to me in the week.
So yeah, I did. Yep. I sent it to you right when he announced it. And I sent that to you. I was surprised. I'm surprised, and now he's supposedly going to WWE.
That's what the rumors are.
Yeah, they're strong. So You think that's where he goes? How do you feel about him leaving? You think that's where he goes?
I don't know how to feel about this, man. A week before the announcement, he was bad mouthing WWE. Literally, like a week before, like he was bad mouthing them. Like I just don't know anymore, like, bro. Honestly,
me either.
I
love it though. That's the beautiful thing about this business, man.
Yeah, look, I do.
I love it.
Is he gonna go back to WWE to be a middle card?
He's a dumbass. If he does, he better get paid like Jeff Jarrett did on that one night. But you better get paid worth the whole contract if you gonna go back there and they get free creative control over you at all times. You better make sure that contract is worth it, and you better hope you're not tied down for more than 2 years. You better hope, bro. If you got that much trust in them again.
Regardless of what contract he's tied to, contracts mean nothing now to WWE anyway. So,
right. Exactly. But they'll keep him just to keep him from leaving. They're doing that with old boy. Who's the cat that keeps trying to leave? He was a part of that faction that didn't go anywhere. Everybody was all masked and stuff, and Mia Yim was in it. I can't remember what his name is. Totally. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the rival of Keith Lee.
No.
Oh, no. You're not talking about one of them. You're talking about.
There's a guy in WWE that wants to leave, but they're not letting him. There's a guy in WWE that wants to leave, but the WWE's not letting him go. I'm trying to remember who it was. It's totally just slipped.
Face in my head, I just can't remember what he's.
Yeah. Mustafa Ali. Look, and me and Ryan said at the same time. Mustafa Ali. Yeah. Fucking, he's been wanting to go, and he's nowhere near. We can say whatever we want about Cody, and I love Cody. I just got his LJN figure the other day for about $12, bro. And I like Cody. I got no problems with. We can say whatever we want about Cody. Mustafa is not in his league as far as stardom. So you really think that they won't sign him mid card his ass and then keep him? You know, he'd be
That's
on
what I mean.
pre-shows in a year.
Bro, like, I hope it's something else. A lot of people saying it's a work as well.
Yeah.
You know,
that's not been hearing too.
It's just them trolling WWE in a big ass way again. I don't know, it's pretty tough to say, man.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
What's odd about it too, though, is WWE doesn't mind spending the money when they're in a little bit of trouble.
Right.
We saw what they offered Jeff Hardy to come back after accusing him of being a drunkard person again. Right. Hall of Fame spot, big bucks. You know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll have to see. We'll have to see, man. We got. I think if we see him, it'll be maybe the night after Mania if he's debuting, or it'll be sometime after that. I don't think it'll be a WrestleMania.
There's no big enough spot to fit him in at the moment.
Yeah, no.
That's what doesn't make sense to me.
No, I don't think so either. It's just too. We got a month or so, month and a half till Mania, so I just don't. And I just don't see it either. So, anyways, we got a little bit more lightning news before we move on to our wrestler of the week, y'all. And that is, we got some Funko WWE pops here, man. In that first square, you got that is the NWO at the bottom. And what was that? What was that? DX up top? Yeah.
The DX, yeah. I think that was after the. I think that was their reunion.
Yeah.
Against the Spirit Squad, I think.
Yeah, that was whenever they came back in 06. I'm pretty sure.
Their first reunion, I think.
Yeah.
The NWO pops look really cool.
Yeah.
But except they're getting very repetitive, unfortunately.
They should have did it a long time ago. Each one of them have an NWO figure or Chase figure, and they're all separate. Now they gave us all of them together, which is so dumb. Like this typical Funko.
Zach from POPDHEAT, he mentioned, because he's a little bit of a wrestling fan too, he's trying to get back into it, he says, and he said when he saw the NWO box, he saw them separate like this, he said, yes, that looks good. They've done Hogan just a little bit ugly, I think too. But when they showed it in box, you got Hogan on the left side.
Right.
And it's like, but why would you do such stupid placement? Like, Hogan was always, you know what I mean? Like, it just, I know it's something stupid, but I mean, if you're an inbox collector, you're going to look at that all day. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the Hogan, I'm not a big fan of Hogan anyway, so I always discard him, but it's good to see that trio together. I mean, it's still wrestling history. He's still part of it, but, you know, it is. I think they waited too long. I think you should have did that first, and then you could have gave us Wolfpack, Scott Hall, and maybe another version, because I know they still gave us, like, they gave us WWE's NWO, and I understand that. That's what we're looking at, but at the same time, we don't want WWE's NWO.
Yeah, I want the red and black Wolfpack outside of this version.
Yeah, so, and that's another thing. You could have did the NWO of whenever they first got together, of them two having the outsider shirt and Hulk Hogan having an NWO shirt. Like, anything. I don't know. That's just me. But I know my boy Lamsey, he's really happy about the Alexa Bliss chase. I think that's really cool and creative. I'm not super into the Fiend shit, but I like the pop design. I like it a lot.
Listen. I think you just need to calm down. I'm not super into that whole Fiend shit, Mike. I'm just saying that right now. Right? I don't know if you got a temperature under that cap of yours. Yeah, right before it, I think you're getting a little bit of there, bro. Listen,
I got you.
I don't think any of the Alexa Bliss pops. Maybe the bottom one underneath the Rock, possibly, because I like the whole gimmicky things when they got small things in their hands and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
little lily doll. That's kind of cool. Yeah, dude.
See, and then we got some Do Loves. We got Cactus Jack. We have Mankind and the bottom right with the lunchbox and the socks. And then you got another Razor one the OG Undertaker whenever he debuted at Survivor Series. I'm pretty sure that's what they that Rock Cena WrestleMania moment, Bianca Belair, Roman, and Poppin' T Roman, Amazon exclusive Brock with the ponytail, and when he first came back. My favorite on this list is the Eddie Guerrero lowrider. Now the car could be better. The car design of a lowrider, it could have been up on like one wheel or something. I would appreciate that. But listen, I'm a sucker, okay? I'm a sucker for anything, Eddie. Take my money.
Yeah, you're a sucker for putting heat on freaking green. I don't know what the hell you're trying to do there, man. Anyway, yes, I agree with you. The car, yeah. Dude, I feel a few things in this. I'm glad that I'll be able to collect all three Mankind variants. I'm very happy for that. I like the Mankind Lunchbox Set. I can't wait to get that. That's going to be sick, I think. The Roman Reigns tee. Of course, I have to get my Tribal Chiefs merch. The ring, I swear to God, there's so many other moments they could have chosen besides another Rock moment in the ring. I don't know why they did that. I got no heat on the Rock. It's just, what?
They have one with Stone Cold. Now I got to do the John Cena. You know?
The Undertaker thing is very cool. It's very gimmicky. I'm going to get that too. In regards to Eddie Guerrero's lowrider, now, I agree with you. They could have done a little bit more gimmicky with that, have it raised a little bit in the front. But don't you think it would have been a little bit more meaningful if they actually had the blue and green lowrider that they used at the memorial shows?
Agreed.
Don't you think there would have been so much
I agree. I agree. They could have did a better job on the lowrider all day. All day. Agreed.
But yeah, I'm glad this is a good batch of wrestling pops.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not really any duplicates. Like there's and that's
I'm really shocked.
That's good.
If I'm actually up to date with something, and that's an up to date pop of Brock Lesnar.
Right. Exactly. And the Bianca and even the Alexa is really up to date. So, Ghost, how you doing? What's y'all favorite pops in the comments? What is your most favorite out of what's coming out? What was that, brother?
That I wasn't going to be able to get a regular Mankind because he came in the 2-pack with the Rock, and I wasn't going to get another Rock pop. So I'm glad they brought him out on his own. I feel that it was dumb for them to bring out 2 socks. I know they're doing it so you can actually wear it. Yeah. But I mean, that's dumb. Like, they could have just brought it out on its own. Like, dude. Like, if you're a wrestling fan, you're not going to wear those socks, man. Yeah. You're not going to wear those socks. Yeah. I'm going to buy that and I'm going to mail the second one to another wrestling fan or something. Yeah, have a Mr. Soccer sock.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear the socks, guys. I wouldn't.
I did too.
I'm not wearing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they want you to wear them most likely, but I'm not gonna. If I got it, I wouldn't wear it.
This is what. You know what? This is what I think. I might start this phrase. Might get into trouble and thing, but that shit just got funkoed.
Agreed. Ghost said he needs Taker and the Foleys. Ryan says he needs the Alexas. And the Rock and Cena. Not mad at it, y'all. Leave some of the Medis out there in the wild for me, you savages.
Dude, there's so many other WrestleMania. You know what I would have loved to see as a WrestleMania moment?
What is that?
Wasn't the Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant a WrestleMania moment?
Yes.
It was a WrestleMania moment, wasn't it?
Yes, WrestleMania 3, I believe. Somebody might maybe correct me. Maybe WrestleMania 2. Pretty sure it was WrestleMania.
But yeah, and did they have to choose that WrestleMania? That logo is so crappy, man.
That's the one. Oh yeah, they fought. Didn't they? Yeah, they fought twice, so they could have chose a different one. They probably wanted to choose the one of Rock. Didn't the Rock win that one?
I can't remember, to be honest.
I can't remember.
I know they won a piece or something.
Yeah. Either way, though, we gonna move on, y'all. Got the last thing on the docket today. I'm glad to be doing this with you, brother. We got our wrestler of the week, man, and I'm gonna go first this week because We behind, and I'm gonna choose two. One, Keith Lee. I'm glad he is where I'm glad he where he needs to be to get some shit done. Cause my thing is I don't care what anybody says online and all this other shit. I love Keith Lee. I think he was a world champion in the wings waiting. I know he's a little bit older, but so was Batista. Whenever Batista was in his 30s before he even got started wrestling. Keith Lee is in his 30s and he's been to all these promotions. So Keith Lee easily has another 10 years in the tank with all sorts of just how the world is now. Wrestling in 50 is not the worst thing as long as you are medically okay.
Talk about dropping the ball with that guy.
Man,
honestly.
We're not going to talk about it, brother. We're not going to talk about it because you already know who is to blame. And give him that time today. Fuck that motherfucker, Vincent. Vincent. Not you, Vincent. The other Vincent. All right.
The other Vincent.
Yeah, the other Vincent. But my wrestler of the week, the only person that got me. Stand up. Your boy, CM Skunk. Man, he did it again, man. He stank up the place with all that. That's who you really need to be praising. That's who really is your tribal chief and all the other nonsense you be talking about to me, bro.
Hey. Listen, you're going heavy on bad mouthing the wrong people there tonight.
Woo!
I'm sure you got a temperature or something here, bro.
Hey, listen to me, man. You need to. That's the real tribal chief, and you need to go ahead and give your respects before he go ahead and beat more ass than retire again. I don't want to hear about how much y'all miss CM Punk next time. I don't even want to hear it, cause your chief ain't saving you. Your chief is making you swim and drown. He ain't gonna come out and help you. There's no lifeboat and life jacket from your tribal chief. He gonna make you swim out in them Malaysian seas, and you gonna get caught up in a typhoon or something. You gonna get lost at sea. That's what's gonna happen to you. And then you gonna be like, "But I thought my tribal chief had me." He don't got your back. He don't got your back, POPDHEAT. Okay. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Why did you make like the little girl sound? I got tribal chief. What?
Listen.
I'm gonna have to come on the show like this now. Yeah, my tribal chief. Yeah.
Listen, man, just give your wrestler of the week, okay?
Listen, no heat. CM Punk's great guy, 100%. My wrestler of the week, I'm gonna give it to a lady by the name of Lita. She really impressed me at the Elimination Chamber. She's got my wrestler of the week vote this week. I honestly don't mean to insult her by saying she still got it. I just didn't think she had no ring rust. Right. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. And yeah, my wrestler of the week, Lita. Great performance against one of the current top performers of WWE today. So yeah, Lita, wrestler of the week for me.
All right, man. Well, hey, man. Nadia, Ryan, Ghost, appreciate everybody for stopping by, and anybody else see got some good feedback this week. So appreciate everybody that did stop by, or anybody that just was checking out the show. We will most like I have to let POPDHEAT know, and you guys know I'm gonna have a new little work schedule going on here soon, so I'm gonna be figuring that out. We should be cool on Sunday. But I just don't know yet. It's more like I was telling JKL. I got like mine is like on an open schedule kind of thing. So we'll get it figured out though, nonetheless. But we will be back here. So hopefully,
Believe me, I know we kind of dodge a week or two here or there, but our schedules are so interlocking and just all over the place. It gets tough, but we try our best to bring you some good rest.
Two parts of the world, man. We in just two different parts of the world. So, but we ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. We gonna get out of here. We appreciate y'all always for stopping through, brother. You got anything else to add before we hop up out of here, man?
much, but thanks for watching, guys.
All right,
Do
y'all.
appreciate it.
Yes.
Oh, listen, one more thing, guys. Get your aunties and uncles to come over to Fet's Frequency's channel because I believe he's 2 away.
Oh yeah.
2 away from 700 subscribers, guys. Get your aunties, your uncles, your sisters, your dogs. Let their paws touch that screen to get this man to
If a
700
dog
subscribers.
subscribes, I'll be very, very impressed. So if you got a dog or a cat,
get it up on your Instagram, share it on your Instagram, and that sort of thing, guys.
if your goldfish subscribes to my channel and you have proof, I will give something away. Either way, I'll try to do a giveaway around 700. But
look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Yeah. So, but thank you, bro. Appreciate that. I don't want to plug the channel like that, but we are 2 away. We appreciate everybody that has.
Listen, you should never feel ashamed. Your quality on your channel is brilliant. Even though we got like 500 episodes of Dark Souls 2 or 3 or whatever, Dark Souls.
Listen, we're working on 502. If you would just give me some time.
Out this week, so you can finally play something different. But
Elden Ring Friday. Okay, it's coming Friday. All right, everybody, we getting out of here. I appreciate my brother, man. He always gives me a good hour of fucking going off about Vincent Kennedy. So everybody take it easy. We getting out of here. Appreciate you. Peace.